We got a 20-watt laser head for this sucker. You may recognize this machine. This is the Longer Ray5 10-watt. It's one of my favorite budget 10-watt lasers that I've reviewed. This thing performed beautifully, and I was extremely happy with everything it did. But just like everything else, they've got an upgrade for this, and it's a 20-watt laser. I asked them to send it to me, and it arrived yesterday. So let's get this thing hooked up and start testing it out and see if it's worth the extra money. So after opening the box, what you get in the box, you get the laser head, which is giant compared to that one. You get new limit switches and hardware, a new power, new cords, and a new holding bracket. Let's get this all done up, then we can start testing it out. You may be wondering what's in this white box. Well, that's an easy one. It is the air assist that you're going to need when you have a 20-watt laser. Don't cut without an air assist. It can cause a fire and other things. But let's get this going. But first thing we're going to have to do is start taking apart the machine. Okay, that took me a little over 25 minutes to get done. Maybe a little bit longer. I took a break in between. Longer does have a video, and I'll put the link over here that you can go to for a step-by-step process of putting this thing together. I thought it was pretty cool that they sent limit switches, so now this machine has limit switches. Down here, make sure you put this one at 72 millimeters and this one up here at 33, and you'll be good to go. Just because you change over to the 20 watt doesn't mean you don't want to still use your 10 watt. There may be instances where you don't want to use a 20 watt and you want to go back to this one. I put everything into a box and I'll mark it Longer Ray5 10 watt and I'll put it up on the shelf, and if I ever want to revert back, then I can. Now what everybody's been waiting for, let's test the 20 watt laser out from Longer and see how well it works. At the end, I'll come back and I will tell you all the things I liked about it and even some of the things I didn't like. Alright, so what we're going to do now is an engraving test. Alright, so here are the results of the engraving test. It looks like 5,000 millimeters per minute at 30%. It's probably the best looking one to me. You choose which one that you thought looked best if you think it's something different. So you may ask why I use millimeters per minute instead of seconds. It's recommended that you use the minutes with a diode laser and seconds with a CO2 laser. So what we're going to do here is we're going to run a color engraving test on this stainless steel. Oh, look at those colors. Wow. All right, the next thing we're going to do is a cut test. And here's the cut test right here. And these are all one cut. So that's pretty darn good if you ask me. All right, now it's time for the good, the bad, and even the ugly. So let me tell you what I think of this machine. As always, I want to start off with the bad and the ugly. If you just want to upgrade the laser portion, it's $600. But if you want to upgrade the whole system, which I do recommend, instead of just buying the laser module, it's only $860. A lot of people new to the laser hobby will go ahead and get a system without an air assist, not knowing it's needed for better cut. That cost of the entire machine. So that's not completely true. Right now, the system is on sale for $60 off. All you have to do is type in the code 60SAVE. You get $60 off. But you also get an air assist for free when you order right now. And the link's right down below. So now you can get back to talking. If you buy the laser module, you're going to have to upgrade it yourself and put the new wiring harness in. It's not extremely easy, but it's not extremely hard. Let's talk about these knobs right here. These knobs are used to adjust up and down the laser for focusing. I really wish that they would have one knob in the back of the laser to help adjust it up and down. These are very hard to get this thing set in correctly and then tighten up. That's it. Those are the negatives of this laser. Now I want to get into the good things about this laser. So you saw me cut this 14mm poplar. I did it at 80 millimeters per minute at 100%, and it got an extremely nice cut there. So the laser is extremely powerful to be able to cut through something like that. It can be useful to have a laser that can cut through 14 millimeters, as you can do Christmas ornaments and a few other things like frames and stuff like that. Besides that, I'm not going to cut anything much thicker than that. The 20-watt laser now has an integrated air assist. That is a major upgrade to these systems because when cutting plywood, it's important that you have air assist to help you with a better cut. It also cuts down on the soot that's on the material. I like the new safety window that's on the bottom of the laser to protect your eyes. You can see through it so you can still see the spot, but it still protects you from the laser. So I'm asked a lot about the metal marking and the color. Well, this is done by different intervals, different speeds, and different powers for the laser. It just discolors the metal. This laser is able to do that, and you saw how crisp those colors are. There's a bunch of them right there. So the question is, would I recommend this laser? The laser is solid. It's a very good laser, and it cuts really good. If you're buying a new machine and you're looking for a 20-watt upgrade, this is the machine. It's only $860 plus about $80 for the air assist, so you're all in at about $940. And here's the cut. Remember that cut test I did? Man, it cut through like butter, and that's pretty good. So yes, it can cut very well. Look, I've tested a few longer machines, whether it be laser or 3D printer, and their quality is beyond reproach. I've never had an issue with any of them doing what they're supposed to do and not breaking. I've never had to contact customer service. So there it is. There's what I think about this 20-watt laser. Like I said, I'm not reviewing the whole machine because you can see that right over here on the 10-watt one. But if you're interested in a 20-watt machine and you don't want to break the bank, head over and check this machine out, the whole complete machine. All right, I appreciate you stopping by. If you could, hit that thumbs up button. If you want, share the video. I appreciate it. And if you'd like to and you think I deserve it, hit that subscribe button. Or head over to this channel over here, which is my tech review channel that I'm building up right now. And until next video, stay cool.